In his 60th year, my father, the great Pharaoh Ramses II, knew his days were drawing to an end. My father went to the great temple of Abu Simbel to ask the god Amon-Ra to prolong his reign. To utter his request, Pharaoh had chosen that unique moment when the sun penetrates into the deepest part of the temple. Hail to thee, Amon-Ra, Lord of the thrones of the double kingdom who resides in Karnak. User-Matre, Setepenre, comes to thee, O God. Give me thy heart, lend me thine ears, save me every day, lengthen the days of my life. And the god's answer was, you shall rule until the season of Achet in your 80th year. But for that to come about, you must erect an obelisk, the most majestic, pure stone monolith of all time, before the season of Shemu. Only one architect in the kingdom of Egypt, Pazer, was capable of accomplishing this unique exploit. Work began. But very soon, strange accidents started occurring on the site, and my father, the Pharaoh, sent a young woman, a magician, to protect his undertaking.
Hello, I would like to meet the great architect, Pazer. Where might I find him?
Please tell me in what capacity you present yourself before Jer, supervisor of construction for the great architect Pazer.
Of course, oh great Jer, overseer of construction. My name is Maya, daughter of the high priest Haramin, and it is Pharaoh himself who sends me.
Can you prove that you were sent by Pharaoh? What a joy to receive a messenger from our Pharaoh, who is beloved by the gods.
Would you be so kind as to point out to me where I might find the great Pazer?
Certainly, of course. You'll recognize his residence easily. It's the only priest's house with a decorated lintel.
Thank you, Jer. Could you remind me where Pazer's house is?
Certainly. It's the door with the fancy decorated lintel in the courtyard of the priest's houses. If you get lost, ask the brickmakers for directions.
Hello, I would like to meet the great architect, Pazer. Where might I find him?
Who are you to dare ask to see the superintendent of Pharaoh's grand works?
My name is Maya, and it is Pharaoh himself who has sent me to watch over the site of his labors.
Ah? But how can you prove to me that it is indeed Pharaoh who sends you? Oh, how wondrous! 'Tis Pharaoh's seal! May the orders of our beloved master be carried out. If you want my opinion, I'm not surprised by all these accidents. I dreamed the other night that I was on fire.
Can you tell me where to find Pazer?
He's staying in a priest's house, in the first courtyard to the right. It's the door with a fancy decorated lintel. He's been in bed since his accident.
I thank you. Good day, Pazer. My name is Maya, and I've been sent by Pharaoh. You must have been told I was coming.
Certainly, Maya, and you are welcome. I knew your father, Haramin, very well, and I trust you completely. I know that he transmitted to you his exceptional mastery of magic. What can I do to help you?
May I inspect the worksite and ask the workers questions?
Of course, go where you will. Just show the seal that Pharaoh gave you to justify your mission.
Could I ask you a few questions?
Certainly. What do you want to know?
Describe the accident that has so weakened you.
A stone fell from a scaffolding in the Apostle Hall. I've never seen such clumsy workers, nor such slippery stones.
Pharaoh is very concerned. Without you, the obelisk won't be able to be raised.
I struggle with all my strength, but alas, I'm unable to get up.
Is there an architect capable of replacing you? Pharaoh doesn't know of any.
Unfortunately, I am the only one with the knowledge necessary to erect the biggest obelisk ever built.
I'm told that no doctor has been able to cure you.
That's true. All attempts have been in vain.
Think of the accidents that are occurring on the site.
I don't know what to think. I made all the customary offerings to Amon-Ra.
Will the temple be ready to receive the obelisk dedicated to Amon-Ra before the season of Shemu?
Those who are in charge of the site will know how to decorate the temple of Amon-Ra, but the obelisk is far beyond their capacity.
Isn't your assistant experienced enough to set up the obelisk?
The obelisk is gigantic. No one besides me can attempt raising it, as I am the only one with perfect knowledge of the book that fell from the sky and the secrets of the builders of Ra.
Pharaoh won't live if you don't erect the obelisk Amon-Ra asked him for.
I know, and that thought saps whatever strength I have left.
Thank you, Pazer. Do you think that my gift for clairvoyance will enable me to see what the greatest priests have been unable to perceive?
I think so, Maya. I seem to make out a divine power in you. End these accidents, please. You are our last hope.
Do you think I'm strong enough for this mission?
Pharaoh chose you because he has faith in your purity. He can't trust either his family or the high priests or the magicians. There are many who envy his power.
I'll let you rest now. May I ask you a few questions?
Of course.
What do you know of the accidents that have occurred recently?
What do I know? Why, I predicted them. I dreamed that everything caught fire.
What's the cause of all these accidents?
Cause? I don't know. All I know is that I predicted them.
Did you see Pazer's accident?
No. Luckily for me, I make bricks. Stones don't fall on me. But without Pazer, this obelisk will never be built. That's as certain as if I had dreamed it.
I thank you. Have you noticed anything abnormal around the worksite?
Abnormal? Abnormal. No, nothing. Everything's collapsing. The head of construction is dying. Pharaoh's going to die too, but everything is normal.
Was any one accident more suspicious than the others?
Oh, that, yes. In the nows, there's something weird. Those who work there fall sick. I dreamt of that as well. The wheat died as sprouts.
Did you notice any strange details?
Oh, yes. Every sign of a curse. Suspicious accidents. Incurable illnesses.
What do the workers say?
The workers don't listen to me. They believe it's all just bad luck, and that it'll all be fixed with amulets. But it's the end of Egypt. The whole kingdom is going to collapse.
I thank you. See you soon. May I ask you a few questions?
I'm listening.
What do you know of the accidents that have occurred recently?
As supervisor, I'm aware of everything that goes on. There have been many accidents. It's a catastrophe.
What's the cause of all these accidents?
The cause? I haven't any idea. That's for Pazer to say. He's the architect and the high priest. I'm only a simple site foreman.
Did you see Pazer's accident?
Yes, it was here in this hall. A worker dropped a block of stone from a scaffolding. Then he fell himself. Alas, he didn't survive the fall.
I thank you. Have you noticed anything abnormal around the worksite?
What's abnormal is that there's no one anymore to oversee the project, and I have to do all the work. Amon-Re is asking too much of us. We'll never manage in time.
Was any one accident more suspicious than the others?
Yes, Pazer's. All of a sudden, stones and workers start dropping like flies. It's unheard of.
Did you notice any strange details?
There are fragments of bas-reliefs coming from who knows where, popping up around the temple. That's very strange.
What do the workers say?
The workers do what they always do. Tell tales of curses. Any excuse not to work.
I thank you. Thank you, Jer. Goodbye. It's strange. I found a piece of a rubbed-out cartouche in the temple.
It's crazy to find fragments of bas-relief lying about everywhere. I found one too, and it's got no business being in a temple to Amon-Re. Here, take it, since it interests you.
This piece goes with the one I found. Who could help me put the two together? May I ask you a few questions?
I'm listening.
Could you put the two parts of the cartouche together?
I haven't got the time. Ask someone else.
Thank you, Jer. Goodbye.
The obelisk is broken. Drought has befallen Egypt. Pharaoh shall lose his life.
Can you take me to the granite quarries of Aswan, where the giant obelisk is being extracted?
Of course.
Hello, my name is Maya, daughter of Herriman, envoy of Pharaoh and of Pazer.
And what are you looking for?
Can you tell me where to find Uni, the assistant architect?
I am Uni, assistant to Pazer, the architect.
That's right. I seem to recognize you. I saw you in the sand typhoon.
Uh-huh. What typhoon? Do you have visions?
No, I didn't mean anything. I have documents of the utmost importance to give you.
Give them to me. Are these the documents that will permit us to finish quarrying and ship the obelisk?
Yes, all the secrets of Pazer are in them. He entrusted me with them before slipping into unconsciousness.
I knew he was sick, but if he's fallen unconscious, that's even more serious than I thought. Egypt and the Pharaoh are in peril. Unless my wife finds a remedy for Pazer. But alas, no. All that is useless now.
Why?
Alas, the tools aren't solid enough to dig granite out. They all break. Look there, across from the canopy. Did you see? These quarrying tools break like clay bricks.
Isn't there some way to repair the tools?
Somewhere at home I have a papyrus that's all about dolerite tools. That document might give us an idea. Unfortunately, I've misplaced it.
Where might we find this papyrus?
I could swear that it never left my house, but impossible to find it. It's black magic, that's what.
Are your quarrying tools sort of lava hammers?
Yes. We call them dolerite balls.
Why do the tools break?
I don't know. It's completely mysterious. In 10 years of professional life, I've never seen it before.
Oh, so the obelisk won't be ready in time?
No! Our tools break, so the workers are unemployed. They're not paid, and I advise you to stay clear of the quarry. They're very angry.
Will you allow me to look for the papyrus concerning the dolerite? I'm good at finding hidden things.
Go look, please. If only you could find it. That would be marvelous.
Thank you, Uni. Goodbye.
Go to my house. You'll meet my wife, Tuya, who's seeking a remedy for Pazer.
It will be an honor for me to meet Tuya, the great healer. I see a kind spirit.
What is it?
Don't these objects evoke anything for you?
No.
Just in time. Thought's head opened the passage for me into another part of the first hall.
Hey there. Who are you?
Hello, my name is Maya, daughter of Herriman, envoy of Pharaoh and of Pazer.
Well, well. Pharaoh sends envoys to the bowels of the earth now, does he?
Who are you?
You're certainly ignorant. Can't you see that I am a metal worker in the service of the god Ptah?
Where is the god Ptah?
He's here. But to see him, you'll have to have a sistrum like me. And then you've got to extol him with your singing.
I would like to meet Hamwaset, High Priest of Ptah.
I cannot let you pass. Hamwaset is not here.
Where is Hamwaset?
I don't know.
Hello, my name is Maya, daughter of Herriman, envoy of Pharaoh and of Pazer.
Hello, you who are seeking to restore the river's flooding.
How do you know what I'm seeking?
I know. You won't find Hamoset in time to help you.
You seem well informed. Perhaps you know what I should do.
Bring me back the recipient of Isis, and you will know.
Where is the recipient of Isis?
When you have restored the coping of the Nilometer, the offering will lead you to the recipient.
Who are you?
I am the one who will lead you to the gods.
How can I restore the floods?
Bring me back the recipient of Isis, and you will know.
Thank you, little girl. I acknowledge thee, Queen Isis, mother of all nature.
You are welcome to the very bosom of the original nun, Maya. Through you, I have heard the distress of all Egypt.
The honor bestowed upon me is immense. Have I departed from life?
No, you have journeyed to the enchanted Isles of Isis. You have uncovered a God-sent evil that is compromising the destiny of Egypt. You are humble and discreet, and you will be able to act there where the gods would be unmasked.
What must I do?
You must work your way up to the source of the evil. For that, you must pass through the gates of death.
Can a god threaten the destiny of Pharaoh?
Osiris himself, my husband, the first Pharaoh, was betrayed by a god.
How can I restore the floods?
You will have to traverse the Book of the Dead to join Osiris in the Great Beyond. He alone can help you.
Evil events are plaguing the land of Egypt.
That is why I have led you here. The Lord of the Dead knows the source and the principle of all things.
What will happen if Pharaoh dies?
The universal order will be upset. The gods themselves will be swept away by the typhoon that will lay waste to Egypt.
I thank thee, Isis. Goddess Isis, thou who knowest all, canst thou enlighten me?
Fantastic forces are at work, but they are hidden, as if concealed by a sand cloud. Osiris will help you. My role is to guide you to him.
Dost thou know the source of this curse?
I am the greatest of magicians, and the only one to know the sacred name of Re. Yet even I cannot discover the guilty party.
How can I reach the great beyond?
You must cross through the isles of this world to reach the gateway to the Book of the Dead.
Are those islands enchanted?
Only a spirit able to master divine forces can cross them.
I thank thee, Isis.
Take this magic net. It will enable you to capture your enemies.
How does one use this magic net?
Call forth the attendants in charge of orders and cords, so they may tie up your vile enemy. To open the passageway to the world of the dead, you must move the elements from one altar to the other without upsetting the universal order. You can only carry one god at a time. To control chaos, you must never leave Nut, the firmament, alone with her brother Geb, the earth, for their mutual attraction is too intense. Above all, don't leave Shu, the wind, who separates heaven from earth, alone with Newt. Geb's jealousy is fierce.
How can I reach the other bank?
In the channel separating you from it, you will find 5 islets. If you successfully reconcile Horus and Set in front of the middle isle, they will come to a standstill, and the tortoise will allow you to pass over on its back. When Horus and Set meet anywhere but in the center, their movement is perturbed.
I thank thee, Isis.
You have reconciled Set and Horus. Now you can pass over on the back of the tortoise.
May Osiris protect you.
Thou hast arrived in the Book of the Dead, O traveler. Perilous is the road thou must follow to attain the throne of Lord Osiris. Guess the name of the guardian of the first door, and thou shalt pass. Thy double hath fallen into the void. Begin the test again. Thou hast prevailed in the twofold trial. Continue thy route towards Osiris. Pay careful heed to these words. The guards who block thy passage have each a different heart. A heart of stone, of gold, of lapis lazuli, of papyrus, or of feathers. The small guard hath a heart of stone. The transparent guard is to the right of the small guard. The papyrus heart is to the right of the heart of gold. The heart of gold is to the right of the heart of stone. The lapis lazuli heart is between the stone one and the golden one. Find the guard with the heart of feathers, and thou shalt pass. Thou hast chosen wisely. Continue thy road towards the throne of the Lord of the Dead. Here is thy final trial, traveler. May the heavens guide thy steps. Thou hast prevailed in this trial. Purify thy heart and go to the term of thy quest. So here you are at last, Maya. You who have crossed, still alive, the gateway to death. You were sent by Isis, my sister and my beloved wife. For that reason, I shall hear you out with benevolence.
Lord Osiris, the flood of the Nile is late. The obelisk of Amun-Re cannot be transported to its ascribed location. Help me, I beseech thee, or chaos will rain down on the land of Egypt.
I sense a cruel will at work. It is certainly that of a god, because its actions are concealed beneath an opaque veil. But I know how to shine light through it. Our enemy gave himself away by abandoning an object that you have found. Give it to me. One of these amulets exudes hatred and uncleanliness. Alas, it has been deliberately broken to prevent us from identifying the source of the evil spell. Haven't you another clue? That is the weapon of Set the Red, who dismembered my body when Egypt was still young. Isis brought me back to life, and Set was punished. But he did not mend his ways. He remains a plague unto gods and men. It must surely be he who is preventing the Nile from flooding.
How can we make the high waters return?
I cannot act directly, but I have the idea for a ploy that will deceive Set of the Violent Heart. Here is what thou must do. Return to Memphis and speak to Hamwaset. Prepare a very salty beverage and offer it up to the god Ptah.
I don't understand.
Do as I say, and Set the Impulsive will fall into the trap I shall place for him with Ptah's help.
How can I go back to Memphis?
Place a dried-out animal there where the papyrus is burned, and thou shalt leave the land of the departed to continue thy journey in the world of the quick-hearted.
Why does Set do evil?
Jealousy consumes the heart of Set, the Stormmaker. He cannot bear that Pharaoh is building a temple to Amun-Re.
I thank thee, O Lord of the Dead.
Accept this gift from my hands, Maya. This is a kifi, a spellbinding incense. Cast upon a flame, the smoke it gives off will paralyze your enemies, yet not affect you.
May Osiris protect you.
Who are you, little girl? You who caused me to meet the gods.
Your question is its own answer. It's better I don't say any more.
Osiris commanded me to prepare a very salty drink. Can you help me?
Here is the recipient you drank from before you appeared in the presence of Isis. Take it. You'll need it.
No one passes here.
Stay, Pamose. May the fire of the goddess Nekbet turn you to stone.
Everything's in order. You may pass.
This guard is becoming more and more open to suggestion. This time he didn't even ask for the pass.
Maya,
I was told that you'd come by while I was out, and I was troubled that I couldn't welcome you.
Oh, Hamwaset, the delay in the flooding of the river has prevented the transport of the obelisk. I came to ask your advice about this, but since then, I have had the privilege of meeting Lord Osiris. He wants us to offer up a salty drink to the god Ptah.
Lord Osiris spoke to you? If some other maiden told me the same thing, I would believe her mad indeed. But I feel that your heart speaks the truth. Bring me a bowl and some salt right away, so that we may conduct the rite ordered by Osiris.
You again? I hope you don't need me anymore. I'm not in the mood to do you any favors. My fellow guard told me that you practice magic. Could you cure me of this stammer? It darkens my life. I'm not rich, but I could pay you in bean, honey, bread, beer, or salt.
I must prepare a salty drink. A chunk of salt would be most useful.
Cure me, and I will give you salt.
May the Ukadu be expelled from your body. Receive this liquid from Set.
I am cured. Thank you, O magician. Take this salt as payment. I'm not in the mood to do you any favors.
Very good. Have brought me the salt and the bowl. I can now make an offering of a salty beverage to Ptah.
Come, Seth. Come and drink from this golden bowl, and I will give it to you.
Oh, Miss Hands, I want it! This beverage provokes my thirst rather than satisfying it. Ah! My throat is afire! Quick! I must release the waters of the Nile to quench my thirst!
Now I understand the extent of Osiris's wisdom. If he had offered the bowl to Set himself, his old enemy would have been suspicious. So he asked Ptah to help.
I still think that Set let himself be trapped very easily.
He is powerful, ferocious even, but he is ruled by his appetites. If he suspects something, he won't take the time to think before freeing the waters of the Nile in order to appease his thirst.
Isn't there a risk he might drink all the water in the river?
Even Set hasn't a throat voluminous enough to prevent the flooding once the waters have been released.
So, the obelisk will be conveyed to Ramses, but Pazer is still sick, and I have to bring him a remedy. This figurine that I made with Tuya's help.
Go to Ramses and cure Pazer. In that way, the maneuvers of Set, the father of calamities, will be thwarted.
a remedy to Pazer, the great architect.
Of course.
This is the remedy prescribed by Tuya. I simply have to carry out the rite that she taught me. I only hope it cures Pazer as she promised me it would. Heka! Isis, protect me! I don't understand. The rite is liberating evil forces.
Witch, woe unto you. You are accused of high treason. Guards are going to arrive to drag you to face Pharaoh's justice. In the meantime, you are not to leave this room.
Who are you to force me?
An officer of Pharaoh sent here to arrest you.
I don't understand the charges against me.
You cast a spell over Pazer to keep him from finishing the project His Majesty had entrusted him with.
I am innocent.
A lie! With my own eyes, I saw you bewitch the great architect.
I only sought to cure him.
Indeed. You have a strange method of healing. Your evil spells have brought him to death's door.
It's Tuya who is responsible.
Slander. Tuya did her duty by denouncing your plot. Pharaoh will know how to reward her.
I've spoken enough to you. Tuya, what is this all about?
You have lost, Maya. We surprised you exercising black magic on the person of the great architect. That will cost you dearly.
You're responsible for that. I was only carrying out the rite you taught me.
You are not helping yourself by accusing me without any proof.
Why are you acting with such evil?
On the contrary, Pharaoh will consider that I acted wisely in denouncing you to him.
I've spoken enough to you.
The god Set and his servant Tuya have achieved their goal. Egypt is prey to chaos. The obelisk has not been set up. Pharaoh is going to perish.
Oh, that fearsome vision again. The gods are showing me what will happen if the obelisk isn't built. I have to do everything in my power to prevent the gloomy prophecy from becoming reality. But what can I do? I absolutely must procure some help.
A friend of yours wants to speak to you. He's waiting for you in the storehouse courtyard.
What friend is this who wishes to see me?
He did not give his name, but he must be a powerful person. His face and the way he bears himself command respect.
Where is the storehouse courtyard?
Go out of this courtyard, follow the wall on your right, and turn into the first courtyard on the right.
Thank you, Jer. Hamwaset! You appeared just at the moment I desperately need help.
I was aware of your appeal even before you formulated it, and my spirit came to you at the speed of thought.
Do you mean that you're not actually present?
My body remained in Memphis, asleep in front of the altar of Ptah. but my ethereal double is here, across from you. If you are hesitating about what to do next, then ask my advice.
Help me, Ramses. Tuya has betrayed me. She had me arrested, but I was able to escape.
I know all that, for the gods revealed to me that which is hidden. Tuya has made a pact with Set of the jealous heart. The god reinforced her power. She has become his instrument. From the outset, they've sought to delay construction and to defile the temple dedicated to Amun-Re. As soon as Tuya gets over her paralysis, she will try to desecrate the Naos. You must vanquish her to make sure she can't commit that abomination. She will surely use the fire of Set against you. To protect yourself, use this charm that I offer you for invoking rain.
Pazer is close to the end. Shouldn't I take care of him first?
You won't be able to approach him as long as you've not beaten Tuya.
Couldn't you confront Tuya instead?
You forget that I'm not physically present. In this condition, spells I cast have no concrete effect. They wouldn't harm Tuya.
I'm not yet ready for a duel like that. Teach me to counteract Tuya's spells.
We will go into training. I am going to cast an offensive spell. You have to find one among those you know that will defend against it. Don't worry. It's only an exercise. My attacks can't injure you. You can make a mistake at no risk and start over as often as necessary. What spell do you want to learn to defend against? The hypnotizing cobra? The magical net? Or the lotus transformation?
Teach me to counter the cobra of hypnosis.
Stay, Maya. May the fire of the goddess Nekhbet turn you to stone.
Be purified by this offering.
Wonderful. You understood that you had to purify your opponent to counter the hypnotic spell. Are you ready to start training again?
Tell me how to resist the magical net.
Attendants of the cords, bind my enemy.
Breath of life, aid me.
Very good. From now on, you know that the blast of the wind will keep Tuya from tangling you in a magical net. Are you ready to start training again?
Teach me how to parry the lotus transformation spell.
Become the lotus nourished by the sun and inhaled by the nose of Re.
Give me your eyes, Horus, that I might see.
You chose the right spell. Clairvoyance dissipates the illusion provoked by metamorphosis. Are you ready to start training again?
I'd like to suspend training.
Hey there, Maya! There's a crazy rumor going around. You bewitched Pazer.
It's a lie.
I'm ready to believe that. Don't worry. I won't turn you over to the soldiers who are looking for you.
Let me enter the temple.
Tuya is alone in the Naos and doesn't want to be disturbed. She'll be furious if I let you come in.
The fate of Egypt depends on it. I saw it in a vision.
Dreams and visions can easily deceive those who don't have the keys. I'll only let you in if you correctly interpret a dream I had.
Since you doubt my knowledge, test me.
I was sitting on the edge of a lake when I saw 3 cats come out of the water. The last one was big, very fat.
The beginning of your dream indicates that in 3 summers, the harvest will be particularly good.
Cats moved away. I got up and discovered that my backside was naked.
You will lose your parents.
A big crowd was surrounding me and cheered at me. I climbed to the top of a high pole that was there.
You will have the support of the gods, and because of that, you will rise above common folk.
Then I saw myself drinking a bowl of wine.
You will live an honest life.
As I was wiping my mouth, I saw that my face had changed. It was now a leopard's face. That was the end of my dream.
You will gain authority over people.
Your interpretation is the traditional one. As promised, I'll let you in.
Could I convince the laborers at work in the temple to let me pass?
There's no point discussing with them. They understand nothing about visions and dreams. Try to get by without them seeing you. One moment.
Breath of life, aid me. I won the duel, but my opponent has fled, changed into a snake. I must catch up to Tuya to keep her from profaning the Naos.
The strength of Set is inside me. I shall slay you myself and liquefy your corpse on the stones of the sanctuary.
So, Tuya, you reveal your true nature, that of a lowly snake.
Your own nature is that of a victim and a prey. Let the hunt begin!
By the protecting gods, I have won! The snake has lost its strength. It's at my mercy. Let's lock it up in the coffer the dreamer gave me, and the temple will be cleansed.
Good to see you again, Maya.
What's going on? The workers seem to have deserted the building site.
They've gone to the river. It's just been announced that the barge carrying the obelisk is coming in.
I think I can cure Pazer now. Are there still soldiers occupying his house?
They left after they searched it from top to bottom. You can go there. The coast is clear.
Thank you, Jer. May the weapon of Set, the evildoer, destroy the harm done in his name. A scorpion. I recognize the unclean animal that I found in the wall of Ptah's temple. Tuya asked me for it, and as I trusted her, I gave it to her, and she slipped it into the figurine. What treachery. Now I understand why the healing rite turned out so dramatically. But thanks to Set's knife, the evil spell is broken.
My eyes can see. My ears can hear. I'm alive again. I was the hostage of Set in a land of suffering, and you freed me. Tell me, how is the construction going? Is it too late to erect the obelisk Pharaoh's life depends upon?
No, Pazer. At this very moment, they're moving the obelisk that was extracted from the quarries toward the building site.
Praise be to Ptah, Isis, and Osiris. And thank you, Maya. Thank you for curing me. Tell me all that's happened since I lost consciousness.
It's a long story. Eat first and get your strength back.
With Pazer better at last, the obelisk was erected just in time. When the sun struck the electrum tip, Amun-Re opened his heart to Ramses and offered him the gift of life. Maya had vanquished chaos and restored universal order. Cleared of Tuya's false accusations, she became one of the greatest magicians Egypt had ever known.